All right, so Jordan Peele's got a new movie. I'm not gonna make the nope yep joke. I'm just
Yet.
not stooping that low yet. All right, so I think pretty much everyone knows for the most part what this is about, but if for some reason you don't, the residents of a lonely gulch in inland California bear witness to an uncanny and chilling discovery. That is vague.
Super
That's
vague.
super vague.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everybody knows this is like aliens or
Yeah.
like an alien type of movie. That's the trailer shows that pretty heavily.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, this film isn't exactly what you think it is.
It's not.
That's all I'll say on the matter. Now, I just showed Kaylee Us and Get Out for the very first time, which you thought
I love both of them.
you loved both of them.
I don't know where this like sits in the ranking for me though.
Okay.
I kind of want to do a rewatch, but right now, I think it's Us, Nope, Get Out.
Wow. Yeah, a lot of people. I mean, Get Out's their favorite for sure. That's the most generally accepted list. You're not going to be accepted.
That's okay.
That's right.
That's okay.
Yeah. So obviously, if you love the other two, and this is above one of them, that kind of makes
It
it
kind of gives
easy to
little bit
figure
away
out
how I
what you're
feel.
at. So yeah, I mean, this is a film I've heard a lot of people likening this to something like Jaws or Steven Spielberg esque emblem type of movie. This is the to you maybe.
Yeah, it's
It's warm
probably.
now. Yeah, I waited way too long. Way too
I'm
long.
surprised it's warm.
Yeah, it's barely warm. But yeah, so we've got Daniel Kaluuya from Get Out here, who plays OJ,
Mm-hmm.
which is a funny name. And then Kiki Palmer, who plays a sister, Emerald. And, they've got a really great chemistry going on. She's the spunky one.
Mm-hmm.
She's fast talking. And he's very, very, like, reserved and
Yeah.
kind of somber. And, his
Quiet.
lines are very few and far between. His emotional range in this is pretty, it
Like
it
even
moves just a
song.
little bit here and there. You don't get much excitement. You don't get much like fear. I would say, I don't know.
Super even.
That would be one of my downsides of the film is that like because he plays it so straight all the time in the moments where a character is typically afraid, it adds to that. And he's just kind of sitting there like, nope.
Well, I disagree because I think that like even though we were just talking about how like his emotional range feels like it's very little, I do think that there are subtle changes in how he reacts that show
Sure.
that he's afraid or that he's upset or anything like that. So I like that his personality stays consistent with how he responds to the threat of what and what's happening. And like I said, I think it's subtle enough that like it does show his fear in those moments just in his way compared to like his sister or some of the other people that we have in the film.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I would have liked to have seen a little more range in emotion there, but that's his character, and it's either going to work for you or it's not. And it's not that it fully didn't work for me or anything. I just would have liked to have seen just a little more out of it. But that's what they were going for. It's not like he was just like, not able to give the performance that was
No.
asked of him. It was just that was the performance that they wanted, and that's the performance that they got.
He's super talented. So
Now we've got Stephen Yun from Walking Dead, Glenn,
well,
and his character in this, yeah, he's not in it a ton. I did like him. His whole character and story I'm 50-50 on. Like, I don't dislike it. I don't love it. There's things about it I like, because I think first and foremost this film is just visually stunning, which that was the same as Us. When we threw on the Us Blu-ray recently, I was just like, God damn, this is a beautiful movie. Like, this is such a great looking film. And Jordan Peele, I mean, it's not Jordan Peele, right? It's a cinematographer and the freaking gaffers and, you know, everybody who's like lighting the scenes and figuring these things out. But I mean, he's hiring these people, so it is partially him. He shoots night so well.
Yes.
Whoever he's hiring, he just gets them to give him the most beautiful night scenes. Like, Us has such gorgeous night sequences. This has gorgeous night sequences. Get Out, they're fine. I don't remember, you know, thinking anything like the guy's running at him or like, you know, and he's outside at the end or any of that stuff. There's nothing like remarkable about that. It's just kind of typical night shots. But I feel like from Us and now Nope, both of those night shots, any night shots you get in it, are just so rich and so well lit, but still feel nighttime. They don't feel overexposed or overlit, so that it feels like it's not night anymore. It's a really amazing balance of darkness to lightness and brightness and saturation, and so I just want to give that a shout out. And of course, like the music, stuff like that, it's all pretty top notch. I mean, this is a very, very well made film. Now, this will split audiences. I'm already seeing that. This is the kind of movie that's like, you know, is either going to really land pretty heavily with you, or, you know, I think where that's going to come is expectation and not going along with what the third act is. And if you're just not on board with that stuff, you're just going to be like, what is this? This is stupid. I personally thought that what is happening in the third act and what it all amounts to is one of the coolest, you know, twists on this subgenre ever. I was really, really impressed because it's not something I ever thought of as an option. And when it was revealed to me, I was like, I'm so in love with that idea. But I also was like, there's going to be so many people who are so against this, and I don't know why.
Well, I think it's like what we
always... Because it's unique and original, right?
Exactly.
It's like something you've never seen before, so... Anyway, what?
Yeah, no, just that people are very hypocritical when they want something new, but then once they get it, they don't like it because it goes against the tropes that they're familiar with. And, I mean, yeah, I agree with you. I think that the twist and the gimmick of the film is like something that really elevates it.
Very much so. It's my favorite part of the film.
Yeah, like other films in this genre, there's plenty of other great ones, but this is just really outstanding, and it's such a cool take on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that people not liking it is just them not wanting their boundaries pushed, which, I don't know. I mean, we've talked about that before. It's a bummer, but I don't know how you change people's minds.
You don't. You don't. And that's fine. I as soon as I kind of started hearing the back and forth on this, that got me more excited because I like divisive films. Mostly because, you know, in the past, if there's like a super split film in the community, 9 times out of 10, I'm on the favorable side of that film. You know, there's been so many. I've mentioned them on the channel so many times at this point. I'm not going to fucking repeat their names. We got Keith David in here, which is cool to see. And I have to believe that Jordan Peele, being such a Carpenter fanatic, because he loves to go online and like defend Carpenter and, you know, say what a genius he is and all this stuff. He takes, you know, one of the most prominent and obviously black actors. He was always going after that. He takes such a great actor from Carpenter's They Live and The Thing and whatnot. it was cool to see him. He's not in the film a whole lot, but
No.
always good to see
Yeah.
Keith David. I really liked this Fry's technician,
Yeah, he was.
Angel.
I liked him too.
He brought some fun
He
to the
was
film.
charming in a kind of skeezy way, or not skeezy, but like.
Sure, he's a little off-putting at first for sure, and he's the kind of guy that you don't know if you want around.
Yeah.
I think the most important thing to take away from this, because the whole point of us doing these reviews is like, should I go see it? Should I not? Is this for me? Is it not? I think that this is not what you think it is. This is different than the trailers made it seem. So if you can't let go of those expectations, you're going to have an issue. If you're somebody who can open yourself up to something new and something unique and are willing to go along for whatever ride they take you on, then I think you'll have a good time. So I think that that's really going to be the main factor here is are you attached to what you think this is, or are you going to allow this movie to be what it is? Right? Mm-hmm. Like, that's to me the most important piece of information to go into this film with. Just, you got to be along for the ride. Yeah. It's not as fast paced as you might think too. Like, it's a slower film at times. Mm-hmm. And a quiet film too.
Yes.
And I don't think that that's very different for Peele, because I find that there are a lot of that going on in Us and in Get Out, but I'd say this is the slowest of the three. But not by like a large margin. I just think that there will be some places where it's like, you know, and it's another one of those movies that really depends on connecting with characters and you know, wanting to see them succeed and agreeing with their decisions and why they're doing what they're doing and all of that stuff. So you got to be on board. I think that's true of any film, but I feel like with films like this specifically, you've really just got to get on board and go with it. And if it ever kicks you off, you're just going to be like, what is this? I don't like this. This isn't what I thought it was going to be. So that's really it. I mean, I don't know what else. This is a film that's like so impossibly hard to talk about with spoilers. And I just feel like we talk way too long about spoilers currently. And I'm just not in the mood right now to talk spoilers, but I might be in the future. But I think for right now, I'm just going to say that this is definitely Peele's most ambitious film, for sure. I didn't really know where the hell it was going for the first half of it and was almost feeling slightly disappointed in it. But then once a reveal happens, I was like, oh, I'm totally on board with this now. And from that point on, and there's little things. I mean, gripes are just gripes. I kind of just try to leave them at the door like, okay, whatever, like as soon as I walk out. Unless they're really bugging me, I try not to get too critical about it. It's kind of like, okay, I didn't particularly love that, or maybe I didn't understand why this was put here. And that can be resolved by further watchings and discussing things with people and being like, getting different perspectives on it. You know, not just thinking that my opinion is king and that everything I think is, you know, brilliant and I can't ever have my mind changed. So, yeah. Any other things to say?
Oh, like you said, it's hard to talk about it in like a spoiler-free context.
Yeah.
But I just think so much of it is so great. The atmosphere, the sound design, the acting from everybody is wonderful. And I found it really easy to connect with characters and to, you know, be invested in like their story and where things are headed. And I don't know, I don't really have like, maybe with rewatches I would have gripes, but like right now I don't have a whole lot of anything that I can think of that was problematic for me or that took me out of the film.
Yeah.
So I was really into it just the whole time. And I definitely think it's a recommendation.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think you'll never look at clouds the same way again. clouds have
No.
now been ruined.
They have. They absolutely have. Like when we left the theater, I was like genuinely kind of like, I don't like being under the open sky. Like, can we just not be exposed like that?
Yeah.
So that's definitely gonna, yeah, it's gonna stick with me for a while.
Yeah. So, nope is a yep.
Nope is a yep.
No, I said we weren't going to do
We
that
did
joke.
it
That's such a
already.
stupid joke. That's such a stupid joke.
Would you see
Every fucking one of these people. No.
Nope.
We're not doing
Yes.
this. We're not
It's
doing
too
it.
late.
We're just going to say, go see
see
it. Support unique horror films,
Yes,
right? Like
always.
when we went, there was like 10 people in the theater. And
Yeah.
the two next to us got up and left.
I was wondering when they left because, like, I saw them there when we sat down, and
Yeah.
then, like, by the end of the movie, they were gone.
And I've
And
heard
I
from
didn't know
other
when they
people
left.
that I've talked to in their theaters, they were just like not having it. Like a lot of
So
people
lame.
were very
It's-
critical out loud about. They're like, "Did you like it?" And they were like, "Nope." And they were like very like,
Aw.
yeah. It happens. I'm telling you. Anytime you make one of these kinds of movies that subverts expectations and tries to do something unique and different, you lose half the audience. But fuck them. I'm serious. Like it's a good thing. I don't think it's good financially or critically, but I think it's good for the genre, and I think it's good for pushing things forward. You've always got to push the envelope, test the limits, push boundaries, try things that don't work. It's okay. It's okay to fail. Fail spectacularly, right?
This
Fail
is-
at
yeah.
really trying something different. I'd much rather sit through a
Sure.
movie that tried something different than sit through a movie that I liked that's
Yes.
cookie cutter.
But this movie is genuinely not a failure and tries something different and succeeds with, like, flying colors.
It's not a failure to us,
Yes.
right? But film, I don't know. I'm just somebody who, I want half the audience to walk out.
You're like, go ahead, leave.
I mean,
You
I guess in
can't
a perfect
appreciate
world,
it, you don't get to watch
everyone
it.
would love every fucking movie they watched. But that's not the world we live in.
No.
And I just think that this is just kind of that testament to people don't really want unique things. They don't really want something new. I am a firm believer in that, and I've said it 1,000 times, and I'll stick to it. I
It's
think
a
people are
bummer.
full of shit. They don't support unique visions. They always call them weird and I don't like this and I don't like that. And then they praise the shit out of something that you've seen a million times. And they give all their money to that. So it is what it is. If you don't like this movie, that doesn't mean that you have fucking like, you're just like against
No,
new takes.
no.
It's just this new take didn't work for it. It's just, I don't know. I find a pattern.
Yes.
And it's always in films that try to have a unique vision. They lose half their audience. And that's okay. I'm fine with that. I think it's a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want half my audience to walk out when I make a movie.
They're just like,
Just fuck
This
this
is
movie. This
too
guy's
weird.
awful. And then I
Yeah.
want the other half that stayed to hunt me down and kill me.
calm
Anyways,
down and wear
all right.
my skin.
Let us know if you watch it. It's in theaters now. Go support
See
it. Bye.
Bye.